Hi everybody, it's me Laura, and today we're creating the Beelight cane, or at least the polymer clay version of what the Beelight cane is. This thing measures at about 1¼ by about 1 inch, deep when it comes to a bullseye cane. So you're going to take this thing and you're going to cut this in half. Then you're going to cut across horizontally and then go in a cross section too. So you're going to have, overall, you're going to have 8 pieces cut in this bullseye cane. And then once you have that done, you're going to go ahead and carefully pull these apart. Now I like to use Kato clay in this version because sometimes with the other clays, they can be really sticky, and so pulling it apart is a lot easier here than if I was to use other clays. This is why I like using Kato. So anyways, you could tell I still didn't get all the way through. Had to cut that section out of there. But again, I've got about 8 sections. Okay, so with your first triangle segment, make sure the second triangle is placed on the side of the first one. So you can tell right here, that's how I've been doing that. And when I went to create this cane, it was a little confusing at first, but just look at the placement of each of your segments and it will eventually come to look like what I'm doing right here. You might also notice here too, I kind of pound on the little point area. It's just to kind of make it come in line so it all lays in a nice singular type line so they don't get too far out of whack. All right, so now you have this together, and from here, you're going to go ahead and roll it out so you can lengthen it, so you can cut slices from this. Now this is kind of, like I said, I started with about a 1 inch deep type bullseye cane. If you can go a little bit bigger than that, more than an inch, 1.5 inches or something like that, it just makes that a little bit, a little bit longer, so when you have to go to roll this out, because this was pretty short for me. This was probably about a 1/2 inch, or something. So, if you can, or I should say about an inch because you're sitting it on its side, but it's not a lot to work with. So you really want to go ahead and use your rolling pin to lengthen this out. But also if you can start at the beginning with a little, more depth on your bullseye cane, that works really good. Okay, so here I've widened out this cane for about, it's about 2 inches. And then this will give me enough to cut slices and see what I have. I've also pinched the ends of this cane, giving it a more elongated leaf cane look. But anyway, so now I'm going to go ahead, I'm starting to cut these slices, and I'm going to start putting them together to see what I have. And the slices I put down, the more and more you're going to start to see that Beelight pattern that I am doing here in polymer clay. Okay, here I am adding in another matched piece of Beelight pattern, but this time I am adding it into the area above the row I am working on at present. This just gives you another idea of what a full sheet of this pattern would start to look like. You can also tell too, I've got that little gap. And in that gap, I added a small amount of black clay to keep the pattern going if I wanted to create this into more of a full sheet. But you can also just add it in and cut it off like I just did to help create a row pattern. Okay, so here you have my beginning bullseye to the end result of my Beelight cane. Please use this for study and reference. And if you want the more extended version of this pattern with its variations, you can look me up on patreon.com and you will find this particular in-depth video under my Thinking Outside the Box level. Also, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. And as always, I am sending out my biggest hugs to each of you, and I hope you have a fantastic day.